here we have our sample jar, and anytime we want to take a sample, we unroll this. This is our hose clamp. We'll draw out just about that much and push this back in just to clear the line. And clamp that back down. Bring it over to the microscope. And this is where you're going to dilute. You have your pipette. Put in a fresh pipette tip. I'm going to have 800 microliters on this particular one of RO water, and then 100 of my sample. So pipette that in. And when you pipette, make sure you bring it all the way down to the bottom so that you're not losing any solution to the walls of the tube. Now I'll have my sample. And you want to do this quickly because the bacteria are still multiplying, so you want to get an accurate time. And then use the pipette to mix your water and your solution, your bacteria. Just make sure it gets thoroughly mixed. And we have our slide. This is clean. And you want to line up the slide cover so that it sits long ways along the two platforms on the side, and then it's mostly even with the bottom of this center surface as well as the top. Always set the hemocytometer on tissue paper because we don't want to scratch it up on the countertop. So I just need a little bit. And I'm going to set the pipette against this little channel, and I'm going to slowly press in until it fills this portion of the hemocytometer. If it starts running over these edges here, just redo it. You don't want to have too much because the distance between the slide and the surface of the hemocytometer is how you're determining your volume. So keep that consistent by not overflowing it. Also make sure you put in enough to where it fills all the way to the center point here. And you'll place your slide in. Make sure your microscope's on. The brightness is all the way turned up. And rotate in, start at the lowest magnification. You see the screen there. Okay. Make sure it's focused. There we go. And we'll rotate in. And we're shooting for a consistent small square. So we've zoomed in here. Focus this. Each time you zoom in, you're going to want to turn the dial closer to you, counterclockwise, and that will bring it into focus. So we'll go to our 40x, and as you can see, it disappears on screen, but if you just slightly focus in towards you, it comes into focus. And if you need to move it around, you can use this bottom one for left, right, and this top knob for up, down. And I focus in, I try to find this top left square that has the smallest squares. So I can see I'm at the top of that region because these small squares don't exist here. And then I go left. I have found the top left region. And so that will be my first photo. Then I'll move it right. Some very slight movements. I'll take a photo there, I'll move it down, then I'll move it left again. And when it comes to focusing on the bacteria, very small movements toward you. So you start with the lines in focus, and then very, very slow, small movements to bring the bacteria into focus. And then I'm going to keep going until the bacteria are out of focus, and then bring it slightly back in until I can see the cell walls fairly clearly. So go back and forth until you can see them.